Hey guys, good evening to all. Hello everyone. Hello people. Hello Sayang. Been introduced. Okay. Hi everyone. Guys, am I audible and visible clearly to you all? Just give me a quick response in the chat that am I audible and visible clearly? Good evening. Hello guys. Hello Basha. Hello Jatin. Namaste Bhanu. Thank you guys. Thank you for your reply. So guys, thank you. I can see the chat is already super active. You people. Thank you to you all. So I will give a short introduction about myself. My name is Anam Khan. I am one of the team member of LetsUpgrade, and I'm here to launch the session. Basically, like inform you all about the session, what we are going to do in this 5 days bootcamp. So we are starting with JavaScript bootcamp, which is for 5 days, and it's only for 1 hour each day. So and we will learn from basics to advanced. Sir will teach you. Sir is already a pro, so he will teach you all people very in a very like interactive way. So I will share my screen quickly and explain you all about the like what are the other things to get your certificate in this boot camp. I hope my screen is also visible to you all. Hi guys, put some emoji or we can chat in the live chat, like where you people are from joining from, where you from which field you people are, and where you stay. It's visible. Yes. Thank you guys, thank you. So marking your attendance, you can see a one link for registration, certificate, attendance, assignment. We have this one link, and please click on this link. You will be redirected to this enrollment page where you enroll yourself for this program. So it will take a little time, so let this page till then load. We'll move ahead to this all-in-one documentation. Here this is the one document where you can find all the links, all the resources and everything. Like this is the doc link and enrollment link, and this is the session link, and these are the notes that we made for you people. You can refer it and save it for future. It will help you a lot. So make sure that you are saving this link and do not ignore this link. It will help you people. So this is the link. This was about one link, and we have our student ambassador program, which starts on every first of month. So we have our July batch has already started, and if you people are interested, you can join for our August batch. It also taking time. So we'll. Yeah, so this is the attendance page. Here you can see the mark attendance toggle right beside the day one title. Click on this toggle. Here is the rating session on a 0 to 10 scale. So mark it according to yourself, how much you like the session and everything. So I will give for now 10 on 10, and this is the feedback box, like what you people want from us, what do you improvement you want us to make and everything. So for now I will give nothing and submit my attendance. After submitting the attendance, see this progress bar increase. It will increase day by day as you mark your attendance, and to get eligible for the certificate, you need at least 50% of the progress bar. So make sure that you people are attending the sessions, all the sessions, and marking your attendance properly. Do not miss it, so you won't get the certificate. And when the program ends, that is on the day 5, you will get a generate certificate option right here beside the progress bar. So you can generate your certificate from there. And we are building Discord community and WhatsApp channel. So if you people are if you people want update and like regular invites, sessions invites, so please make sure that you're joining our channel and Discord community. So and you also can ask their doubts and also chat up with your friends. Yeah, this was all about the attendance page. And if you people have any query from us, if you want anything to any doubt. What is student ambassador? Ma'am, great Gaurav, hope you will enjoy the program. So we'll attendance link I'm sharing in the chat right now. You can mark your attendance to this link, and the one doc also you can save it somewhere, how to fill attendance, I have already showed. You can go back and check the video again. So I will introduce our trainer for today for this bootcamp, that is Preeti sir. Hope most of them you all already must knowing him. So here is the sir. Hi sir, good evening sir.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Hi,
Yeah,
so how are you sir?
I'm good. So I hope everyone is excited for today's session. I guess so.
Yeah, they are already super active in the chat. And
Yeah.
guys, make sure that you are attending the session for your learning basis, not for attendance and certificate only. So yeah sir, I'm handing over the session to you, and I will take a leave and you can go ahead. So
All right.
thank you guys, thank you sir. Bye everyone.
Yeah. Thank you for the introduction. All right. So I hope everyone is ready, super excited for the session. Okay. Let's see how many of you are excited for today's session. If you guys are excited for the today's session, I want everyone to write excited in the chat. Yes. Let's see how many of you are excited for the session. Okay. Hi. Good evening, Swapnil. Good evening, Badal. Yeah. All right, I can see there are a lot of people, but yes, excited. I cannot see much in the chat. Yes, so mate Kausal. Okay, very good. Thanks for being super active in the chat. Yes. All right. So this session. Okay. All right. Great. So where are like how many of you have learned JavaScript? Are you? This is how many of for how many of you? This is the first time. Like if it is the first time, you can write first time in the chat. And if this session you have before, just like uh, excited to learn more. Okay, something first time I can see is first time. Okay, first time, very good. Okay, so this session which I will be taking, it will be a more like a beginner friendly to your advanced level. So we'll learn everything from the very basic to the more advanced way. Okay, today we will be building few of the cool stuff. Okay, like let's build a game that is rock paper and scissor. How many of you have played the game rock paper and scissor? Yes, no? I have played or played in the chat. If you have played, okay, that game will be building using the JavaScript. Okay, and we'll start with a very introductory program that is like your fortune teller. That is a very basic program. Okay, we'll start with that. So, are you guys ready for the session? Yes, ready. Yes. All right. Okay, I will try for the Hindi also. Uh, okay. हिंदी एंड इंग्लिश मिला के बात करूंगा ओके सो जावास्क्रिप्ट since this is a javascript first class and few of you had told that you have learned like can anyone tell me like what is the javascript? Yes, yes, anyone? Yes, I'll be telling you the tool, sire, which tool you'll be using, so no need to worry, step by step we'll be going. Okay, this is a basic to advanced, 0 to advanced level class. Okay, so this in first day one, day two will be a very dynamic, something basic, something new you'll be learning. But yeah, this will be a combination. Okay, I got few answered. It is a scripting language, provides functionality to the web page. Scripting language, very good. Okay, Sai says JavaScript, both client and server side language. Okay. K-pop says it's a programming language. Vanu says JavaScripting language. Rakesh, hero of website, nice. Okay, it is Ayush is logic function generator. Okay, so let's understand there are few things which I'll be telling you. There are few things which I'll be also giving you assignment. So for the basic, you can say this JavaScript is a high level language. There are different type of languages. You have low level language, you have high level language, which I'll be telling. But JavaScript is a high level language, and it is just in time compiled programming language. Okay, I know this might sound something hazy. So it is a high level language, and it is a just in time compiled programming language. So what is this just in time thing? So in short, like if you understand, if you get it in a layman explanation, this is a technique. The just in time compilation is a technique for running the programming language much more faster. Okay, it is something like which you can say as a combination of a interpreter and a compiler. Okay, we'll go much more depth into this definition, but are you guys able to understand what I'm saying? Is it understandable? Yeah, yes, I got it. IGT in the chat if you are able to understand this point, or slowly we'll be going much more deeper. That's also, if you got it, you can say IGT in the chat. Okay, IGT if you got it. Okay, interpreter, no, not same. Interpreter and compiler both are not same. Yeah, but just in time uses a combination of both. Okay, I can see few IGT in the chat. I didn't got. Okay, Sanskar, if you have any doubt, you can just let me know like which part you are unable to understand. Okay, so basically what this so basically this is just a definition, but to understand, let's first talk about it, what it is not. Okay, to understand it in a much more better way, let's understand what exactly it is not. Okay, before understanding what it is. Okay, first thing, it is not Java. JavaScript is not Java. Okay, are you clear in that point? Yes, JavaScript is not Java. Okay, and JavaScript is not a scripting language. JavaScript is not a Java. JavaScript is not a simple scripting language. Okay, it is a programming language, which you can say JavaScript is a programming language. We'll go through it. So let me share the screen. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. Let me share my screen so that things will be clear. So I'll be frequently changing my screen. All right, I have shared the screen right now. Okay, it is. I hope it is visible to everyone. Okay, visible. Just write visible. Yes. Yeah. All right. Great. Great. All right. So understand. So what will this covers, like we will be going into the intro part. Like we'll understand the say introduction to JavaScript. We'll do the setup of the development environment. We'll learn about the basic syntax, data types, operators, and expression. Then we'll build the game. So now, which I was explaining is what is JavaScript, and then what I was doing is I was telling you about the JIT compiler, which a technique for the programming language, for running the programming language much more faster, which in short, which you can say, and it is a combination of what you can say is both the compiler and the interpreter. Okay, so like while the traditional interpreter, what it does, it reads the code and execute the code directly. Okay, it the traditional interpreter reads and executes the code directly, which is a bit slower technique, while the JIT, just in time enabled engines, adds one of the extra layer to it. Okay, like the JavaScript engine, you might have heard the JavaScript engine. There are few JavaScript engine which is there in Chrome, which is called as V8. Okay, V8 in Chrome. In Firefox, we have something called as a Spider Monkey. Okay, you can make, guys. What you can do is the stuff which I am telling you, you can make a note of it, because there are few stuff which I'll be telling, which you will be getting in your interview round questions and all the stuffs. So keep this in mind. Make a note of it. Okay, which will be essential for you. Okay, got it. So you for the JavaScript engine, the Chrome has is V8, Firefox has SpiderMonkey, JavaScript code, which the what you can say is your, what more browser we have, Safari have JavaScript core something. What they do is they take the immediate interpreted bytecode and compile it on the fly faster, like compile it on the way in a much more optimized machine code, and the process can execute, and and that part the processor can execute it more efficiently. In this, what happens is, what is the advantages of this compilation or technique compilation is that it improve the performance of the code. Okay, like executions, like JIT increases the speed of this JavaScript code execution by optimizing different kind of technique that is called as hot functions and all. Okay, it increases the speed of the JavaScript code execution. Okay, are you able to get it? Yes, no? IGT in the chat. And if you have any doubt, just leave me a comment. Okay, like this part, I am having a doubt. Okay, okay. If you are getting it, IGT in the chat. I got it. Okay, and if you have doubt, just write doubt, and the it optimizes the code. Yeah, not the page. Okay, so it has the on the fly optimization, which I introduced just few time back. It has on the fly optimization. So what happens is this just in time compiler can make the running time decision, like based on how your code is actually being used. It makes that decision, runtime decision, while it is on the runtime. Like compiler can make that runtime decision based on how you are using the code. And it basically intelligently optimizes the code, and so that the compilation part becomes much more faster. And it is platform independent. Okay, since JavaScript is still interpreted initially. Okay, so it makes this JIT, it maintains its like platform compatibility. Like with adding the JIT, with JIT adding this is one of the benefit which makes it also the platform independent kind of stuff. It is not dependent on any single kind of platform and all the stuff. Okay, so these are the few benefits of using the just in time. Are you able to get it? Yes. Yeah, it is a combination of both. They just, yeah, this is what I was telling, that just in time JIT is just in time compiler, which I was explaining it right now. Okay, yes, Anika? Or any part you are not, you are having doubt, you can just tell me doubt, and I will explain you from there itself. Okay, all right. So what we can do next is we have few things that we can do come up next. Okay, so what is a programming language? This explain very hard. Okay, yes, I will try to. JS execution. Yes, JS execution. Okay, doubt. Okay, which part you have doubt? Just let me know. Like you have someone legend God and Gaurav and Yash. Yes, yes. Can you tell me which part you are not able to understand? So, so what you can say is there are few pros and cons of like compiler. Okay, let me take you a different context for the JIT. Okay, take you to a different context and explain you in a other way around. So what happens in compiler, the source code, like the code which you have, that is converted into machine code. Okay, the source code is converted into this code like this. Okay, this is what happens. The source code is converted into, this is what I am explaining you about this JIT compiler stuff. Okay, so just so this term is, you might find difficulty. First, I am telling about compiler. Compiler, the source code is converted into machine code once once it get executed. Okay, so here you have how the things work is. Let me tell you with this example. First, you have the source code. Okay, then after the source code, what happened is the source code is transferred into a compiler. Okay, then what happens at this stage, it is now compiler converts this into a machine code. Okay, and then we get the computer are able to read, and we get the, this is how the code is executed right now inside the computer. Okay, and then we see the output from the computer. This is the whole process what happens. Okay, suppose we have, so here what we happen, what is the benefit of this compiler? This is what how the compiler work. The source code is converted into machine code and then get executed. Okay, but what is the pros and cons? Let's understand, is there any kind of pros and cons to it? So here in this example, suppose we have a loop that loops 40 times. Suppose we have a same thing that runs, same code that runs for 40 times, then we do not need to translate the same code again and again. If there is a single loop that needs to be run 40 times, then we do not have to translate the same code 40 times into machine code. So this is how the compiler saves the time for by optimizing such kind of processes in the loops. The loop part do not get executed multiple times, so this saves a lot of time. Because if the code, same block of code runs for 40 times in a loop, and we every 40 times we generate a new machine code, that takes a lot of time. So here we time got saved, code is, and the converted code will be much more efficient to use. And we can if you have, what we can say is, it is very easy to use the what you can say is this. But there are, every thing has also consequences associated with it. Okay, it it takes what happens with this is, this compiler has also a demerit. So like it takes a little bit more time to start up, because why? Compiler takes a much more, like initial startup time for this kind of for the code. If you do the compilation, it takes a little bit more time to start up, because you have to go through that all the steps, compilation step, to begin the program. So initial startup time is a little bit long in terms of compiler. So is the compiler part clear with everyone? Okay, first I am telling about compiler. So understand the compiler, then I will be coming to the interpreter part. Okay, yeah, I'll be talking about, guys, what I am doing is, we'll be going everything step by step. Okay, so I'll be telling how to install, how to do all the stuff step by step, first, and understand this topic. Okay, repeat once, yes, yes, tell me one more time. Okay, so what happens, compiler, if you have the same loop that runs for 40 times, it do not translate the same code again and again to machine code. It saves time. That is the pros. And the cons is, it takes a lot of startup time, because it has to go through every line by line. Like it has to go through that compilation step at the very beginning, all the compilation step part. So that's why it takes a little bit long time to start. But what happens is, interpreter is a bit more faster. So how the interpreter things happen, you have the source code. Now I'm telling you about the interpreter. Okay, then what happens, source code is transferred to the interpreter, and then you get the output. Okay, so in this step, what happens, interpreters here are quick, and we do not have to go through the whole compilation step for execution. What happens is, just start translating the things line by line. Okay, what happens is, interpreters interprets the code line by line, so you do not take a long time to start. Clear? I got it in the chat. So what is the benefit, pros of it? It has like fast startup time. It starts very faster. It do not have to wait for the whole code to compile and get executed. But there are cons also associated with it. Okay, so when you are running the same code more than once, for example, if you are in a loop, now I'm talking about interpreter, not compiler. So when you are in a loop, you have to do the same translation over and over again for the 40 times, because you're going line by line, so the loop will run for 40 times, and you have to go through it line by line. Okay, so this makes it less efficiency in this part for the interpreter. Okay, now you know what is a compiler, now you know how the interpreter works. Clear, everyone? Yes, everyone clear? Or any question? Okay. So to overcome this procedure, okay, to overcome this all this stuff, what happened is we have this JIT compiler, which is a combination of both, which takes the pros and cons of both and make it a much more efficient JIT compiler to make the code much more running of the code much more efficient and faster. Okay. Yes. So this is how the things happens. All right, so let's move. So this is how the JIT and all the stuff. Now you understand the machine language. Okay, so to understand what is a machine language, the machine, every language, what happens is language. Every language has a set of rule, and in like how you communicate with each other. Okay, similarly, every programming language has a set of rules, and we also call it as something as syntax for programming language. Okay, so all right, so similarly the machine language is like a set of instruction, okay, that the computer processor runs. Okay, it's a set of processor that the computer processor runs is what you can say is the machine language. This is a low level language, level language. Okay, because it's like all the information understood by the computer at a very lower level. Okay, so this is all about the machine language. Okay, Gaurav is not getting the OTP for the registration form, guys. Yeah, Gaurav, have patience. Team will help you out. Keep patience, the team will be helping you out for you soon. Okay, I have already informed the team will be helping you out just after the session. Just also, if now you can continue with the session after the after it, the team will surely help you out. Okay. Yeah, it is a Sanskar. Yes, it's a combination of both. Yes, it executes in browser. Yeah, we I'll be coming you coming to the like, but and the machine codes are the fastest and the possible way to instruct a particular computer. Okay, there are few things which why we are learning the JavaScript. Okay, so let me tell you so that your doubts will be cleared. Okay, like few of you have asked me the question, so let's take a few example to make this part a little bit clearer. Like why JavaScript? Okay, like as a programmer, why we are learning JavaScript? Like what it makes it different from other language? I had got a question right now. I guess someone asked. Yes, Ganesh has asked. Yes, so let's continue with that. So why JavaScript? Okay, so to understand like why we are using JavaScript, let's how many of you have played Lego? Like Lego is something like this Lego boards. How many of you have played this Lego? You have like how many of you have built? You might have built, few of you might have built this castle, Lego castle and all the stuff. The main reason of you learning JavaScript is the first step. It's because of its less complexity. Okay, like this you can say how this is less complex, how the JavaScript is less complex. Imagine with Legos you do not need to worry about how the individual bricks are made. Here in this Legos you do not need to worry about how this individual what you can say is bricks are made or how this individual blocks are made. Okay, you do not need to worry about that. At the very atomic level how the small things are made, you what you need to do, you just need to take this, follow the instruction, okay, and put it in a particular form to give it a shape by following the instruction that is given on the manual, like how to do format particulars. shape. Okay, similarly in this particular case, like the Lego, if I combine, like if we take example with the JavaScript part, JavaScript, what it does, it hides the very complex part, or like how it works, how it communicate with the computer, the complexity part, it hides everything. You just need to function on what you want your program to do. Like I want to classify which number is bigger, I want to classify, like I want to run a particular block of code for multiple times to, or what you can say is, I want to see get the prime number, what I want to see the largest number in a particular set of block. So this is what you do. You need to only focus on what you want your program to do. You do not need to focus on like how the things work and how the things will communicate with the computer, the whole chain of cycle of interaction with the computer and the program. That thing you do not need to worry about. This is how it's less complex. Okay, all right. I hope you. All right. Yes, Anmol. Yes, we will be completing both the code. Okay. So first understand you need to do how the things work and all. How the, yes, both. Yes. Thank you, Srinivas, for answering. If I skip by chance while explaining, if I skip any, if I just forget to explain you any topic, just remind me after the explanation. When I ask if you have any doubt, I will explain you guys. Okay. All right. I hope this less complexity part is clear. So, and let's know, understand more. It is very easy to use. Like the Legos are designed in such a way that each, like you have the blocks, like it is very easy to assemble and use. So this is beginner friendly JavaScript. Okay, and it is very easy to use, and the development cycle and the whole process is faster. So that's why this is the major benefit of using this. Like with Legos, you can build the thing in a much more quicker way because of its safe structure and the formation. Okay, similarly JavaScript allow you to write code in a faster, because you do not get to bog down into the lower level details like how the things are working, and focus on the creative aspect of the programming, how creative you can, or write a optimized and much more simplified code to make it work. Okay, so this is all about this. So let's start with a very basic program. Okay, and even which I was talking about the speed of development by using also JavaScript, it's also a lot more faster. So let's go, let's so let's understand what are the things you need for the uh, for your what you can say tools you need for this class. Okay, how many of you are excited for the tools? Yes, if you guys are excited, or if you want to know, how many of you also want to know the tools what you need for this programming language? So I'll be sharing a screen right now. Just, yeah. All right, is the screen visible? Yes, no? All right, screen visible. All right. All right, so there are the few things. First thing which is available right now you are seeing on the screen is the browser. Okay, for this code, which the browser, you can use any browser. You can use Chrome, you can use Firefox. What I am using is Firefox Developer Edition. Yeah, Developer Edition, Firefox. So this is what I am using right now. You can use this. I'll be sharing the screen. Sorry, I'll be sharing the link right now. So this is what you guys will be. I'll be using. So I found it good. Like there is no such. I found it good in terms of development and all stuff. So you guys can use this. I have shared the link. The team also will be sharing with you guys. I'm also sharing in the chat. So this is the tool one which you'll be using, and the next thing what we'll be using is the what you can is Visual Studio Code. Okay, this is for the browser for the execution of the code, where you will be seeing the written code, the code which you write. Okay, and then you have the Visual Studio Code. This is what we'll be writing, the code editor where we'll be writing and executing, which will help us to execute the code which we will be writing. Okay. So how many of you have already installed the VS Code? Okay, VS Code. Okay, I'm sharing the VS Code link also right here for those. Okay, the two links are already shared with you guys. Okay, okay, I have installed. Okay, very good. Installed. Okay, perfect. Since you guys have installed, let's deep dive into the first code of the day. All right, so let me open the VS Code. Just give me a moment, and let's start with our very first program. Just give me a minute. Yeah. Okay, I guess the screen first. Let's dive into the. All right. Once the screen is visible, just let me know. Yes, everyone, visible to everyone, and let me know about the font size. Okay. So what we'll be doing is we'll be creating a new file for the today. So there are different folders for our different session. To create a new folder, this is the icon to create a new folder, and this is the icon to create a new file. Okay, so we have already built a folder. Just when you click, it will just write the name of the folder which you want to create and press enter. It will create a folder. What I'll do is, let's create a folder like intro program. Okay, so I have created a folder that named as intro program, and inside it I want to create two files. One is index.html, one is app.js. These are the two files. Okay, there are different ways of implementing the JavaScript code. Okay, so so there are multiple ways of implementing the JavaScript code. What you can say is you have you can use it inline. You can use an external JavaScript file. There are multiple ways. Okay, so right now what I'll be doing is I'll be using a external JavaScript. What I'll do is I will keep everything clean from the very first end. I do not want to like yes, I'll show you a sample code. Okay, yeah. So what I don't want to put everything in the same file and make the code look messy at the from the very first end. Okay, so to do that, what I am doing is I want to yes, I am keeping everything separate from the very initial stage. Okay, so this is what I am doing right now. And so for this part, just give me a moment. Yes. Okay, so you can use it JavaScript. You can use it inside the. Let me load the boilerplate. Okay, there is a shortcut to load the initial code for a HTML file. Okay, there is a shortcut. How many of you know it? Yes, no. So those who don't know, I'll be telling you a simple trick shortcut. Okay, to use it. So just press Shift and 1. It will just put exclamation mark and just press enter. It will load a boilerplate code for you with the basic all the HTML. I hope you guys are clear with the HTML part. So this is the document type HTML. This is a starting opening tag of HTML, closing tag of HTML, and inside the HTML we have two things, that is the head part and the body part. Head part contains the meta information, title, and all the stuff. So title is like what the page will be known, that is seen at the tab of the browser. So I want it to be name it as fortune teller. Okay, so to understand the fortune part, displayed on the browser part. Okay, am I going Is it understandable? Are you able to understand the stuff till now? Like the initial setup part. How many of you are not able to understand? Just let me know. You just write you in the chat. Those who are unable to understand, and which part you are okay understandable. Once more for the tricks. If you want to know the trick, like for loading the like how like you want to put the boilerplate, just write shift and one. It will just put the exclamation and press enter while the exclamation arrives. So, and okay, I got a few questions. This meta stuff, those who are unable to understand. So these are like external added information that are required by the search engine use it to used by the search engine mostly. The search engine tags and what happens is what this meta information the search engine takes, like what is the title, description, to understand the page, and does the ranking and visibility in the search engine accordingly with this meta information, which has all the information about the there are a lot of meta tag html meta tags. If you like metadata is just a information, this information which the carry about a particular page, that is all combines with the meta tags. Okay, which is always there inside the head. Okay, and it will not be what information you provide with the meta tags, they do not visible to the browser directly. This is for the search engine kind of stuff, understandable stuff, and this is basically used by the browser to understand how the content also will be displayed on the browser, search engine keywords, and all the stuff. All this information are there along with it. Okay, clear? Okay. Yes, design in coding format and all. All right. Thank you, Sanskar, for helping me out with this. Okay, what is fortune teller? Okay. Okay, cool. So this is a very simple app, which simple JavaScript code which you'll be writing, where a user will be entering is particular color code like red, blue, green, and accordingly it will tell you the fortune. Like if you choose the red color, then what will be your fortune for today. uh, if you change blue color, then what will be the fortune. This is a very beginner like and level JavaScript intro code, not a complex one. So I hope this will be helpful for you guys. Okay. So here for the heading, we'll be using the h1 tag. Those line of code you guys won't be able to understand. Okay, Abhishek says why you are installing Firefox. I prefer Firefox Developer Edition for my. There is no hard and set. It is I find it much more efficient and friendly. So you can choose this accordingly as per yours. Is there any increase in progress? Okay. Okay. Those who listen, God, you had any doubt? Just after the doubt, you just mention which part you are having doubt so that I can help you guys. Okay. All right. So let's build this fortune teller. Let's complete it. So in the heading, let's write words. This h1 tag is for the heading, which will be displayed in the browser. What's your future? Sorry, carrier. So this you just tell this. Okay, and then we'll add a paragraph which will start with the p tag. Those who anyone who is there who are unable to understand html, is there anyone? No, for now node is not. Yeah, but you can install, you can use any browser as I said. Yeah, inside the class folder is everything there. Yeah. Okay, those who are unable, I'm not getting Ganesh, which part you are having doubt, which part you are unable to understand, just let me. So HTML we have starts with the HTML tag and closes with the HTML tag. the content which you want to get executed on the browser, you need to mention in the p tag, that is a paragraph. This is the start of the paragraph, this suggests the start of the paragraph, and this suggests the end of the paragraph. This HTML is like a building block of the web page, which marks the thing. Like here you add the heading, it marks the content in the web page. Like here you need to mark the h1 tag, that is the heading. Here you need to mark the paragraph, that is the p tag. So this is how the HTML is like the building blocks or the skeletal structure of a web page, not the design part. So enter your favorite color. So today we'll be trying to complete two things, that is this and the few part of the, what you can say, is the rock paper scissors game. Okay, enter your favorite color. Okay, you will be entering your favorite color, and to take the input from the user, there is a particular tag. Okay, through which we'll be taking the input from the user. So I will just write input type is equal to text, which I'll be taking the input. And let's give it an identification. Like every person, you if you are working, you might have an employee ID in your office. If you are studying, how many of your student, how many of you are working, just mention in the chat. No, that is not necessary for now. Yes. Okay, Ganesh, you are not getting to how to create a class folder. Okay, I will help you with that. Okay, fewer students. Okay, so if you are unable to create a folder, what you can do is right here. You can also go to file. Okay, file, then new file. You can create a new file right here. Okay, if you want to create a folder, if you are opening a current directory, this is my current directory. The second one is for the new folder. Click here, it will automatically create a new folder for you. Okay, clear? Ganesh, any doubt, just let me know. Yes, I'm using the live server. Okay, all right. So title, which are you having doubt? Asif, in the title part. Okay, why you have used the ID, you are having doubt. Okay, input tag is just like every form you can see, you have a rectangular shape where you can need to enter the information. Okay, that is the input tag what we are using for. And ID, what if you want to identify a certain person, like in this, let's say in this particular class which you are taking right now, I might have lot of Abhishek right now, I might have lot of Abdul right now, and if I call the class Abdul, you, if you have any doubt, there might be a chance of two Abdul like raising their like answering my question simultaneously. So here what happens is there might be a difficulty in addressing the students. Like so to uniquely identify a student, every people inside the class are assigned with a unique roll number, that is the identification number. So that's the reason in this input box I have used the ID as fab color to identify that input box. Like this identity input box which I am using right now is a identified as the fab color. Right now here in the comment section there is an input box, this is also an input box. So these are all the input box. This is for the unique identity, gives a unique identity to a specific entity. Clear? If it is clear, just write clear in the chat. Okay, let's move faster because we have very less time left for today. Okay, so let's add a script tag. In the script tag, this is how you add a external JavaScript code. Okay, so we are using a script tag at the end of the body. Okay, so this app.js, so JavaScript file extension is .js. So name of the file is app and the extension name is .js for the JavaScript file. The name of the file is index and the extension name is .html. So what I'm doing is, in this I am using the script tag, okay, to connect my file having the JavaScript code so that it can combine and run along with this HTML page. So I'm not using the JavaScript code right here in the same HTML page. I'm using a external JavaScript page code, like page, which is having all the JavaScript code inside it, and I am just calling it right here, like at the end of the body, so that it can run and get executed right here in this HTML page. So this is here I am using a external JavaScript file and implementing right here in this HTML file. Okay, it get invoked right here inside the skip tag. Okay, so this is how the HTML is invoked. So you can like JavaScript, you can place the number of script inside the body, also in the head. So depending on how you are implementing it. Okay, so here I am implementing at the end of the body, because like if let's take example, so this is one of the question that is mostly asked, like few also asked why I'm using the script tag at the end. Okay, not at the beginning, not at the after the body, why I'm using at the end of the body. So there is a reason, there is a chance what happens if my JavaScript code is very big and lengthy. What happens is, initially what, instead of this last, okay, if I let me also add the source page src for the source of the file which I am implementing. I am connecting the app.js. Okay, so let's say I'm not using it right here for now, I will just comment it, I'm using it right here. So here, if I use it at the very first, if the JavaScript code is very lengthy, what will happen is it will make my code very lengthy, and lot of time it will take the JavaScript load pace like code to run. And until and unless my JavaScript code is not executed, till that particular time, you'll see a blank page for a long time on my browser. So what happens, it increases the loading efficiency of a page, and gives a very bad user experience. So that's why I'm using it at the very end. Okay, clear this part? It's just a preference. Yes. Script. Yes. Yes, you can watch the video at the end. All right. So this is how I have connected the page. So let's light the code. All right. So let's move. And one more thing, I need to add one more thing. So this is the fav color input box where I'll be taking the input. Okay, through this input box, I'll be taking the input from the user to enter their favorite color. Okay, after that, what I'll be doing is, after someone, I will add a button. Okay, so I'll add a button, and this button, what will happen is, on click event, I will add a on click event, like what will happen if someone clicks on the button. Okay, to this I'm adding a on click event, which will, while when we click this on click button, a on click event will trigger, which will call a function that is named as tail fortune. Okay, this function I'll be adding, I will define this function inside this app.js. I'm just telling you, when you click on this button, a function is called, that is on click event is triggered, and this function is called after that. So let me add a name to it, like tell me. Don't worry, I will show you the how it looks on the browser. Then I will create a paragraph, give it an ID to it, named as fortune. I'll tell you why I'm using it. Okay, so let's see how this page actually looks in the browser. So I have, for this particular code, what you can do is go to view, then go to extensions. There are the few things which you can install for this, like you can extension, like you can add HTML snippet, HTML CSS snippet. You can install few of the things to make the code writing much more efficient way. and you can just add a live server. You can just install this live server. So you go to view, then inside view you go to extensions. Okay, then in this search input box, write live server. This will display. So what happens is, by implementing this live server, and to execute it, just right click, open with live server. When you click it, so every time you do changes to the code, okay, every single time you do a single change to the code, you do not need to refresh the page. So it will do the refresh page automatically for you. Okay, isn't it helpful? Like every time you do a certain kind of change, you do not need to refresh the page. Okay, Sanskar, you're telling sir, please explain the syntax you have given the on click button. Okay, I'll help you guys. This is on click event. So these are all the JavaScript button trigger events. So when you click on this button on click, what will happen is this will trigger the function that is uh, okay. Let me write the JavaScript part, then it will be easier for you to understand. Okay, Sanskar, just have a patience. I'll just write the JavaScript part, then it will be easier for you. So when you click on this button, a on click event will be triggered. Yes, and then you will see a page something like this. Just give me a moment. Let me show you the screen. Let me share the screen. Okay, you'll see the page something like this. Okay, screen, it will be shared with you. Just give me a minute. Yeah, this is how the HTML code looks like. So this page here, what we have is Control Shift I, press Control Shift I for this. Then you can see this is the h1 tag, this is the paragraph, then we have the input box to take the input, and the button. When you click on this tell me button, right, this tell fortune function will be triggered, which is there in the app.js, which we have not defined yet, but which will be writing here. And on this paragraph, I have added deliberately a paragraph which will display us the result output. Okay, let's go back to the code right now. All right, guys. So since this part is getting interesting right now, because we'll be coming to the JavaScript part, can I take like more of your like 10 minutes if it is fine with you guys? Yes, is it okay with you guys? Can I take your like more 10 minutes to complete the session? No, I have no, Vishnu. I have not written a single code. Yeah. Naga, the developer edition is just a reference. That is okay. I'm getting much more yes. Okay, thank you for giving your permissions. Thank you, Kalyan. Thank you, Chair, and thank you, Assis. Okay, so let's get deep dive. Let's complete this at least a single code for now, which will clear more of your doubts. So here, let's define the function right now. To define the function, I need a keyword that is a function, then the name of the function. Okay, like tell fortune. Okay, and make sure it start with a curly braces and end with a curly braces. What you have written right here is same to this what you have written right here, or else it will not work. Okay, so right, so this is how the keyword function is written, then the name of the function along with the brackets, curly braces, and the parent you have the curly bracket right here. This is the start of the function, end of the function, and here you define right the function definition what this will do. So inside it, what will be doing, it will uh, so now what we want. Okay, so first, to make this work, someone has to write something inside this input field. So how this will program will work, someone at the client level on the browser will write something at the input field like red, green, blue. That input we need to pick it up, we need to compile it, and according we need to pick that information right there from the text box that you have right there. That if someone has written red, we need to pick that color red, that text value that you have entered and we need to do a certain kind of interpretation and show you the result. This is what we are going to do right now. So for that, for storing different value in JavaScript, what we have is called as variable. Okay, we have something called as variable in JavaScript. There the like variable, there are different kind of variables like using var, let, and const. Okay, so these are the multiple ways. So this we use variable to store a certain kind of value. It is a good programming practice. Okay, and we need to also declare the variable before use. Okay, we need to keep in mind. So var, so there are three things which I am writing: var, let, and const. Okay, so these are the three very like most types of variables. So var is used for all the JavaScript code, but it is mostly used between 1995 from the start to 2015. But from the after generations, mostly which is the preferred standard variable name which you need to use is let and const keyword. These are the two keywords that is added after 2015. Okay, constant uh, like we use the const for which the value are fixed through the end of the program and do not change, and let we use if you want to store a value that changes frequently in a program. Okay, this is what a practice this is how we need to practice the stuff. Okay, all right, so let me share the screen. Okay, I have shared the screen which is not visible with you guys, sorry. Yeah, all right, so the screen is shared. uh, okay, I hope right now it's visible. Yeah, so let's do one thing. Let me quickly like I am using the slate keyword, and the name of the variable is fab color. So I'm just writing the code. Which part you are not able to understand, then I am using document dot get element by id. Okay, so I'll explain you this part. Fab, I'll just copy this id to identify this element from the id. Fav color. So there are extensions which you can use to make this work helpful. I'll tell you. Okay, sorry. Then dot value. So let me explain this part. Okay, explain this particular part of the code. So it, what happens is it retrieves the value that you have entered. So this line of code, document dot get element by id dot value. So here it retrieves the value that you have entered in the input field. Okay, which has the id named as fav color. Okay, and stores, it collects this information right here and store it in the fav color. Okay, so basically what it does, this from the document, the whole html document, it searches from the element that has the get element by id. It searches for the element that has the id named as fav color. From this element it grabs the value of that particular element and store it inside the fav color variable. Okay, is it clear till this part? Yes, no in the chat. Yes, no. Is it clear this part, or you need explanations, any kind of queries or any questions you have in mind? Just let me know. Yes, clear. CLR in the chat. Okay, the game. If you have any doubt, just let me know which part is not clear. Okay. So here, from the document, HTML document, it will grab the element that is having the ID as fav color. Okay, that is the input field. Okay, in the HTML document, what we have done, we have given the id in fab color to this input field. So it will fetch that element by using this get element id. It will search for that element that is having the id as fab color, and dot value, it will grab the value of that particular input field. If you write red in the input field, it will grab the red value and store it in the fab color. If you write uh, green in the input field, it will grab that green value and store it in the fab color. Okay, so this is how it works. Then I am creating another variable, just name it as carrier. Okay, just I'm just declaring. Okay, then will be using the control statements. Okay, so the new thing which you might come right now here. So here what we'll be doing is we will be using the conditional statements. Okay, so this is important. JavaScript, we are learning about if else if. Okay, so very often we write different code, and we need to perform certain actions. Okay, like based on the decision that is made. Like if I am interested for the class, I will join. Like if I find this project interesting, I will definitely do this. Or if we find this red t-shirt good, then I will definitely buy it. If I do not find this red t-shirt good, I'll definitely not buy it. So this is what, based on certain color, you are taking a decision of purchase. Based on certain interest, you are doing taking a certain way of execution of certain things. So this is what we'll be doing using this conditional statement. So in this, like here, JavaScript has different conditional statement like if else, and switch. So right now we will be using the if else if part. Okay, and the syntax which I'll be telling you right now. Just give me more 5 minutes. I will be completing, right? Ashad, if you have any like any doubt, you can just ask me, like which part you are unable to understand, or anything. Okay, so where is a where, if you are unable to understand the where part, where is the older version that is of storing a variables which is valid till 2015. From that, we, as per the standards, current standard, it is always preferred to use the late and const depending on the requirement, which I have already explained. But still, if you have doubt, you can just ask me. Okay, so I have already defined this three things: where, late, and const. Okay, const is for the constant variable which do not change throughout the program. Late is for the value, storing value which changes throughout the program. You can change that variable throughout the program, but if you use const, you need to care this value need to be constant throughout the program, unless you will get the error. We'll see that program while writing the code. We will tell you how the issues happen. Okay, like if you add a constant, then if you change this variable, then what will happen? All those things we'll be covering right now. Keep patience. Okay, function, we are for efficient reusability of the code, we are using functions right here. Efficient use of the code for the multiple times. You can call it anytime, anywhere, and reuse a particular block of code for multiple times. That's why you are using functions, right? We'll go deep diver into it slowly, gradually. We have a particular time for it. Let's understand this slowly. I will just make a note of it. I'll tell you what happens where, like if you use const, you change the variable, then which error you will be getting. If you use where, late, then what are the scope, how the scope changes according to different instances. All the things I'll be explaining. Have patience. So let's understand right now the conditional statement, like how the conditional statement works. But keep in mind, if I by any chance by tomorrow I am unable to explain, just let me know. Okay, I'll go deep dive into this var, late, and const. Okay, just to store for now, just understand these are used to store different kind of variable according to different instances. Okay, clear? Any doubt still, you can ask me. There is no issues. You can freely ask me any doubt if you have. So conditional statement we are using if. Okay, here in the fab color we are storing the color right now. Okay, we got the fab color from the document using this document dot get element by id, the name of the id of the input field and its value. Through this we got the value. Like if you write it in the input field red, we have faced that color red, and we have stored it right here. Now it's the time of comparison. Like here, how inside the if, and this inside the bracket we need to write if the condition. Here we need to write the condition, and condition. Okay, I'm telling you the syntax. If the condition is true, then this block of code will be executed, or else not, nothing. Or If that part is becoming false, then the else if part code is executed. Okay, else if, then the second condition is checked, and then the if this part is get executed. Okay, so if this condition is true, then this block of code is executed and it moves out of this loop. If this condition is false, then it goes to the else if part, and again if this condition is ever false, it will move out, or else if there is another else if part with the condition, it will check that condition. Okay, it will check that condition, and if that part is true, then it will execute that particular block, or if that part is false, it will go through the else part and execute that else. For the rest, it will execute the else part. If that, even if this condition also became false, it will execute this part. Okay, so to take example, let's take if the fab color which you have stored right here. So if the fab color which you have stored is triple equals to, I'll tell you why I have used triple equal to, not double equal to. Okay, so if here I'm doing a comparison. If the fab color that you have collected from the input box is, here I'm checking the condition, is equals to red, then what I will do is it will store in the carrier part. Okay, the carrier variable, okay, which I have not defined, it will be defined right here, is equals to you might be a passionate leader. If you have entered the color equal to red in this input field, then it will, inside this carrier variable, it will store this value, that you might be a passionate leader. Okay, if this condition is true. But if you have entered blue color, then what happens, this condition becomes false. So if this condition becomes false, it will move to the else if part, check the next concurrent condition. So in this part, what we can say is, if the fab color is triple equals to green, okay, then we'll write the statement for this. Then in the carrier part, what we can do is, the world of creativity awaits you. Again, if the fab color is not equals to green, then it will move to the next possible condition, is fab color. It will check if the fab color is, sorry, equals to blue. If that is equals to blue, then inside the carrier, you can see, since we have used let, we can store multiple stuff. Okay, its value also get changed, can be changed. You have a potential of being a problem solver. Okay, so then again, if this condition is not true, for the rest of the case, it will store the you might be a, or you can see, the future holds many exciting stuff for you. All right, so how many of you are able to understand this particular code? Yes, are you guys able to understand this particular code? Yes. Okay, the code is not visible, or what? Screen is not working. Okay, I have already shared. I don't know, let me reshare again. Okay, I think there might be a technical glitch. Okay, let me reshare the screen, just give me a moment. Okay, I have shared it again right now. Is it? Sorry, there might be a technical glitch, that's why. Okay, I guess the screen is now fixed. Sorry. So here till what part you have understand. Okay, if this fab color, here we are checking if the fab color is triple equals to red. If the fab color is that you have selected is red, then inside the carrier variable it will store you might be a passionate leader. If the fab color you have entered in the uh, input field is equal to green, it will say the carrier holds the world of creativity awaits for you. Or else if the fab color equals to blue, you have a potential to be a potential problem solver. All right. Yes, if the fab color you have inputted in the input field is equals to this particular color, then it will display this. All right. Or if none of this condition is true, it will just execute the else part. Okay. If none of the color that you have selected is not green, not blue, not red, then it will store the value that is there in the carrier part. Okay. So this is till now you have done the storing. Now is the part of execution. So here what we have done is we have created a paragraph, and I have said I have created a paragraph, given it a ID as fortune to display the result. So let's use that paragraph from the document. How to you grab that particular paragraph from the document? I will get the element by ID, and what is the ID of that element is fortune. Okay, what I'll do is I'll just add this fortune right here. And of what I want to do right now is this is a paragraph which do not have any text inside it. Here inside the paragraph we have the content like enter your favorite color, but here inside this paragraph it is blank. We have not entered anything. So what I want to do is I have fetched the element by the ID. Okay, like then in inner HTML I want to change the inner HTML of that content, like the content part of the paragraph. Okay, inside the tag I want to change it to the what is there in the carrier. So here what we'll do is the carrier is blank. Okay, so how the program works, let me tell you. Here the carrier is blank. Initially you have entered a color right here in the input field, and you have clicked on this button which triggers a function that is called as tail fortune. Okay, this will trigger the tail fortune. When you trigger this particular function, what it will do, it will store, grab the value first from the input field and store it inside the fab color, and according to the selection of the color what you have written, it will store the value inside the carrier. And the final value is right here, and this is where the value get executed. Let me save it and let me show you how it looks. Okay, so right click, open in live server, everyone. If you are doing along with me, just let me share the screen. Okay, just give me a moment. Let me share the screen. Okay, so this is how the screen looks. The screen is shared. Okay, this is how the screen looks. Okay, it will be displayed. Just give me a moment. Okay, why you have used 3 times equals? Okay, I'll explain you that. Just have a look. This is like we are doing a comparison between two things. Okay, I'm comparing if the fab red value is equals to the red. Why I'm not using double equal to, why I'm using triple equal to, I will tell you the stuff right now, but just see the working, I will explain you that. Okay, on the process. So this is how the page looks. Okay, here if I write red and click on this tell me, you can see in the paragraph part it is showing you might be a passionate leader. If I write here blue and place on tell me, it will trigger that, it will do the comparison. If and accordingly it shows the result right here. If I write here something like yellow which is not there, it will just display the else part. Other than red, green, blue, if I write any other color like brown, it will display the same thing because it will only execute the else part what is there, because the 3 condition is not true. For the rest other condition it will just put me this. But instead of this, if I write here red, This is how the things get executed. So yes, is it exciting? Are you able to do this? Okay, screen is stuck. I guess not. The screen is working. Yes. Any doubts? Any doubt? Any questions? Okay, that double equals to and triple equals to. Let me explain you. I think uh, where to use double equals to, where to use triple equals to. That question, that is one of the question which you usually get inside the interview questions. Okay, you can make a note of it. Okay, everyone, those who want. So there is a difference between this double equals to and triple equals to. That is like what you can say, strict versus loose equality, what we call as strict equality versus loose equality. Okay, let me explain you guys. Okay, the two things. Okay, so those who want, those who this is, that's it for today. Those who want to understand the double equals to and triple equals to, they can stay. Others, if you want, you can end this session. Okay, so in the double equal to and triple equals to, this is what we call double equals to and triple equals to. Okay, the in JavaScript we use usually these two things. Then one thing you need to remember, that the double equals to and the triple equals to are used for the comparison, to find out the degree of how, degree of equality between the two things, how how equal the two things are. Okay, so double equals to means true and similar. If you do the compare, triple equals to means they need to be exact same, and if they are not same, it will show false and it is not similar. So both are double it's like how it works. Let me give you an example. Okay, so let me share the screen. Others, those who don't have doubt in this particular part, you can just end. Just those who have doubt, you can stay right here. I can explain it right here. So here, what let me give you example right here. So here we take a constant. Okay, and a equals to 100, b equals to 100. If we do double equals to console log a double equals to b, the output will be true. Okay, but in the above example we have it is open just but in the above example, yes, just 5 minutes. In the above example, we have two variables a and b. The type of the variable a is a number. Okay, just you need to keep in mind here, the type of variable a is a number, but the type of variable b is a string. Okay, so if you do the double comparison, the output is true. But if you do the triple equals to right here, the value will be false, because the two types are different. One is right here is a integer, another is a string. But if both the value are 100 and 100, if you write it as integer and integer, or if you write const c equals to 100, then it is true. So this is all about the class. I hope they are equal even, and the data types are same. So that's all about it. Any question, or else we can end the session right here. All right, any doubt, any questions? If you have, just let me know, we can end the session. Yeah, so that's it for today. And fortune part, if you have any doubt, just go through it, take complete this code and let me know in the next class. Okay, so that's it for tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Good night, everyone.